So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Jonathan O'Halloran. I'm a mentor and a teacher, and I teach people how to overcome their anxiety so they can live their dreams. I also do that by breaking down the fundamentals of how to build confidence, how to build discipline, how to build gratitude, and how to be disciplined every single day to make your dreams, your goals and your vision become a reality. If you know my story, then you would know that I've struggled with anxiety all my life. I still live with anxiety, and I struggle with anxiety every single day, just like my clients do and just like you do. The difference between me now and the old me is I don't let it stop me living my dreams, being the best person I can be, achieving my goals, which is helping other people to overcome their anxieties and to achieve their dreams. I don't want to sound big-headed, but I believe I'm the best in the world at what I do. Number one, because I've got compassion, because I've struggled and I've suffered with anxiety to its highest extremes, and I've also overcome it at many times in my life, so I know how it feels. And I have a compassion, and I have a gift. I have a God-given gift to help people who have got anxiety, and it took me half of my life to realize that. My clients will testify to that. My mum will tell you that if she's in the mood to speak. Just kidding. And I will tell you that from my heart. So that's why I do what I do. If you know more of my story, in 2017, after being a successful entrepreneur, I specialised in the dating and the relationship industry. I was one of the top of my industry. I had a nervous breakdown, a mental health breakdown in 2017, and I realised that I need to change my teaching, I need to change my ways, I need to be accountable for the mistakes that I've made. I need to find my faith, which I did in hospital. I found Jesus, I found God again, because I had it before I lost it. I changed my diet. I lost over 40 pounds, I got off medication, I got off benefits, I'm now paying my own taxes, paying my own rent, and I'm living a dream. But I'm not going to lie to people, it's not easy being me, and it's not easy doing what I do, and every single day is challenging, but guess what? I love it. I value it because every day is a challenge. It's not easy, it keeps me humble, it keeps me grateful. When I have good times, it makes me appreciate the good times because I know what it's like to struggle. But let me tell you something else as well. This isn't a judgment, this is an observation, and this is a fact. I've studied human nature, I've studied people for 40 years. From when I was a young kid, I was fascinated with people growing up. I think a lot of introverted, loving, caring, kind people are that have got bullied and they've got hurt because they're careful about people and they don't trust people easily. And this is all part of my story. So I studied people because I used to always say to myself, why am I so frightened? Why am I so insecure? Why am I frightened of going to the doctors? Why am I frightened of relationships? Why am I frightened of having money, not having money? Why am I so frightened of speaking? Why am I so afraid of what my family think about me? Why am I so frightened of going out in public? Why am I so scared of traveling? Why am I so scared of living my dreams? Why am I so conflicted with feeling guilty and ashamed and punishing myself for being happy? Why am I so frightened of happiness? What is it that is frightening me? Why am I so frightened of living? Why am I so frightened of dying? Why am I so terrified of staying the same as I am? And why am I so afraid of my potential? And why am I so afraid of being confident? And why am I so afraid of getting out of bed and cleaning my apartment? Why am I frightened of these things? Well, number one is because I'm human. Number one is because everyone is. Most people hide it, which is fine, I understand that. Most people lie about it. Most people plaster things to numb it, but I've chosen to be brave and honest. I'm not gonna lie to my clients and I'm not gonna lie to the world anymore because I'm proud of who I am and I love what I do. So there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and if I can get through what I've got through and live the most amazing, let me tell you the life that I've lived. So I've gone from a guy who didn't get an education at school, who thought he was worthless, who grew up poor, who was told he was poor, who was told he wasn't good enough, he wasn't attractive enough, he wasn't smart enough, it wasn't possible for him for all the different reasons. I challenged it. I've attracted people travel all around the world to come and work with me. It's not because I'm good looking, it's not that reason. It's because they trust me because I'm honest. I'm honest about the fact that as well in my life that I haven't always been honest, like we all haven't. I've made mistakes, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've put those mistakes right. And I've worked on being better. So I've attracted paid clients from around the world. I've coached people from America, all different parts of America, California, New York, Queens, Florida, Cincinnati, you name it. I've coached people from Eastern Europe. I've coached people from Asia. I've coached people from Ireland, from Scotland, from Germany, from Israel, from the Middle East. I've coached people from all around the world. How did I do that? By having the courage to face my anxieties, by going out, by doing exposure therapy, by facing the fears that frighten me, facing the things that frighten me, and getting confident and getting courage. So when I admit out loud, when I tell the whole world all the things I'm frightened of, all the things that I'm ashamed of, all the things that make me feel insecure, I'm not frightened of them anymore, because look, I'm not dead, I'm still alive. When I was going through my anxieties, I used to think that I'm going to die. Obviously that's dramatic. Yeah, I've been told I'm dramatic. Okay, I'm dramatic, I'm a drama queen. Okay, I'm deep, I'm this. Okay, I'm all those things. But I am successful though. And I've got a lot of courage, and I do care about people, and I do change people's lives. I've helped people to get married. I've helped people to become financially free. I've helped them to fix a relationship that's been damaged or traumatized with their mum or their dad or their sister or their brother. I've helped people to stop committing suicide. I've helped people to quit the job that they hate and resent and it's given them mental health problems, to go on and live their dreams. So I've done many of these things, but I don't take the credit for it. And I always feel a bit arrogant and uncomfortable about saying these things. So I don't want to make people feel small, because I don't think I'm better than anyone, but God gives me the strength. I'm only stating facts. If I'm going to tell you all the things about me that I didn't like growing up, all my flaws, it's very important that I tell you the things that I do like about me. And most people with anxiety haven't got the courage to do what I'm doing. And my story is to say, yes, you can do it. You've got to stop caring about what people think, and you've got to focus on how you feel about yourself. Treat people how you want to be treated. Don't judge people in a nasty way. Don't trash people. Don't bring them down, because it will only make you feel bad. So these are all the lessons that you've got to learn. I got bullied growing up. I got bullied verbally, physically, psychologically. I was spat on, I had my money taken, I had knives put to me, I was hit, I was abused, I was called heinous names. I was so frightened of living that I dare not speak. I was frightened of everyone, frightened of my family, even though I loved them. Do you know how that felt, to be frightened of the people that you love, and how much shame and confusion that I was carrying? That's why in my 20s I was close to committing suicide. Thank God I didn't. So I got to a point in my life, I said, you know what? If the bullies are going to kill me, I'm ready to go. Because I'm already living in defeat. I'm living, but I'm dying inside. I can't do this anymore. I've got to be myself. I'm a good person. I'm a kind person. I'm an excellent speaker. I'm probably the second best speaker in the whole world. Les Brown's #1. No one can beat Les Brown. I don't want to go ahead of him. He's my hero. But I'd say I'm the second best speaker in the world. There's not many people who have got the guts to say the things that I say and to be so honest. Most people are not honest. They're not honest, and I understand that. And I try not to judge that. But I'm just being honest. And I've not always been honest in my life because they're scared. It's not because they're bad people. They're scared. They're scared of the truth. They're scared of speaking out. So I'm trying to encourage men and women to, #1, speak out about your anxieties. It makes you feel so good. It takes you out of that prison. So this is one of the exercises that stopped me from committing suicide. Helped me to get a relationship when I thought I was worthless and I was ugly and no woman would ever want to date me. Helped me to become financially free, look after my girlfriend, give my mum a few quid if I wanted to, or my dad, because they're always good to me. They've always given me so much money growing up, and they've always worked hard. I've always appreciated that. My nan's done the same. People have done the same. So I wanted to give back. But how could I give back when I was suicidal, when I was petrified to speak? We've got a voice and we're allowed to use it, and God gives me a voice to use it. So it was a crying shame to sit there and be selfish and be complaining about how tough life is and how unfair everybody is to me. I thought, no, I want to get out of this. When I heard a message from Les Brown, and he said, it's possible, you can live your dreams. It doesn't matter where you've come from, the colour of your skin, your background, you know, the things that people have said. If you've got a dream, if you work hard, if you're willing to fail your way to success, if you're willing to work day and night, if you're willing to fight for it, if you're willing to give up your sleep for it, you can achieve it. So this is a gift. I can speak without running out of things to say, because I don't care if people threaten to kill me or murder me or imprison me or frighten me or because I had all these things said to me. And over time, it hasn't been easy, but thank God for my faith, because I couldn't do it on my own. I've been able to forgive all the bullies that bullied me, and I've also forgiven myself for the bullying that I done when I bullied back, and I understand that they were hurt, and that was many years ago, but it affected me for a long time. It made me have trust issues. I didn't trust people. That was very hurtful, because growing up there were lots of people that I trust, but the anxiety took over. And you guys and girls know what it's like when you're suffering. It tells you horrible things. You don't want them to be true. They're not true. But when these intrusive thoughts are coming at you, it feels real, and it can paralyze you. So that's my story. And how I overcome it was by speaking, was by doing what I'm doing now, going out. I took up boxing. I'm very grateful. The boxing changed my life. I took up public speaking. I got mentors, paid, free. I learnt from really good, smart, strong men and women. I took advice. I eventually took the advice from my mum and my dad. I said, Mum, how can I improve? What are my flaws? I had so many. I had a bad attitude. I was lazy. I was insecure. I was immature. I wasn't appreciative at times. I didn't like responsibility. And a lot of these things were because I was so frightened of feelings and emotions and thoughts. I thought my thoughts and feelings were going to kill me. This was a childhood fear that I had from when I was about 10 or 11, when I'd be in my bedroom and I'd get these anxiety attacks and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get out of it. I felt deeply ashamed. In these moments, I used to hate myself, which is a strong word to say, but that's how I felt. Until I started to stand up to bullies and fear, then I actually started to love myself. So the anxiety can trick you into believing and feeling that you hate yourself when really you don't. You're just in an episode of anxiety. So it sounds simple, and it is, but it takes a tremendous amount of discipline, strength, and courage to face these anxieties. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And like I said, when I call my anxieties out, I don't have them anymore. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that I was so shy I couldn't leave my house and I couldn't look people in the eye because I had so much shame and disgust and embarrassment about who I was, and I wasn't confident. But I worked on it. I kept going through these fears and it changed my life, and I got out of being suicidal in my 20s. I got a girlfriend and I helped a lot of people, and obviously now I'm 40. I'm in the second chapter, my teaching's changed, my message has changed, but it's still about anxiety. Anyone can do it. I'm so confident when I teach people because I never thought I could do it. And when I did it, I thought everyone can do it because I'm not better than anyone. I'm just a normal person who applied himself, who got sick and tired of living in suicidal thinking, depression, anxiety attacks, intrusive thoughts, being down, being defeated, being discouraged. I said, I've had enough of this. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die living my dreams. I'm going to die speaking the truth. I'm going to die being kind to people. I'm not letting bullies possess me. I'm not letting them control the relationship with my mum and dad, or my future wife, or my finances, or my friends, or all the things that God's given me that I'm grateful for, my apartment, the ability to eat, having health. I'm not letting them control these things, because for the first 15 years of my life, I was literally living in abject fear, poverty, low self-esteem, and I was frightened of living. I was frightened all the time. It's no way to live. You know, God's given me a spirit of love, not a spirit of fear. So people don't realize what they can do until they're forced to do it. And I've learned this through the medium of public speaking, mentoring, boxing, meeting great people, having great friends, traveling, getting on a plane, which was something that I never believed I could do. I didn't believe I could do it. I fundamentally, physically and mentally didn't believe I had the capabilities and the mental and emotional strength to get on a plane and travel to other countries. And when I did it, I was so shocked and so joyous and happy that I cried my eyes out. And that is such a beautiful thing. When you cry, it's because you're so grateful that you did it.